Hey everybody, this is Alchemisted. Let's go to options, so it doesn't like repeat. This is Alchemisted, and this is Mega Man X. So yeah, I explained all the stuff about Deus Ex and such, so I'm not gonna like bog this down here. This is Mega Man X, and I'm playing the Super Nintendo version. I'm playing the Super Nintendo version because the PC version is shit, and if I can ever get it working in DOSBox, I'll show you, because it's not good. It's not good at all. Yeah, this is the SNES version. This is the original version, and this game is probably one of the best examples of how awesome 16-bit gaming could get. There was a lot of creativity. There was a really great design to a lot of these games back then that stands the test of time. If you were to talk about games that one could call timeless, one of those games would have to be Mega Man X. You could also talk about like stuff like Super Metroid, stuff like Final Fantasy VI, games that stand the test of time. This is certainly one of them, and even though the PC version was ass, and I had to play the PC version because I didn't have a SNES. I had a Genesis. My cousin had a SNES, but he didn't have Mega Man X, so I would have to play the PC version. And as soon as I actually got my hands on Mega Man X SNES, the original, I found out just how truly wretched the PC version was. The soundtrack is terrible. The controls feel a little bit too twitchy. The enemies seem to take different kinds of, take different levels of damage. It just doesn't feel like a good port. And that was back in a time when cross console ports tended to have varying levels of success. Here you can be sort of confident that they'll work okay, but back then, if you were porting a game between consoles, it was either a completely new build of the game, or it was different in major ways. Take Star Trek Echoes from the Past, for example. The Genesis version has tons more story. The combat works differently. There's more dialogue in the game. You know, whereas the SNES version looks prettier, sounds a little bit better, I guess, but the combat is piss poor. It's hard as fuck. You know, it's just hard. Unnecessarily so. So yeah, like take the soundtracks between Crossroads of Time on the SNES, which sounds really subdued and just really muddy, and the soundtrack on the Genesis, which sounds fucking awesome. You know, like, games could be really different between platforms, and X was certainly a victim of that. I still enjoyed the PC version as a kid, mostly because I didn't know what the hell I was missing. But, yeah. So this is Mega Man X, and we're just going to be jumping into it. And I'm going to warn you right now, been a long time since I've played this game to completion. I don't necessarily play it logically. You know? I don't necessarily play it. A lot of people are going to be sort of face-palming at the way I play. That's okay. So X starts here right off the bat. Just dropped in. No intro cutscenes, no nothing. You know what? It was awesome. It still is. This game is fantastic. Like I said, one of those timeless games. Really one of those games that even if you're not going to complete it, you really should just pick up and play. You know, try not to fall in there. You really should just play this thing, you know? Give me that. So I am not going to be in weakness. I'm not going to be going in weakness order specifically. Mostly because I kind of forgot what the weaknesses are to a lot of these guys. And I have been playing the game over the last couple days, so to refamiliarizing myself with the controls, and because they're a bit different. Like for example, Mega Man X4. Mega Man X4 I know like the bottom of my hand, but Mega Man X controls a little bit differently. For example, the air dash is no longer here. Or was not here yet, I should say. About time. So yeah, just playing the game the past few days to check it that my gamepad's working, kill any glitches that might be happening, and make sure that the game's recording at a decent frame rate, and all the things that LPers have to worry about. I hate this part with fucking bees. Well, they're not bees. They're like bomber flies or some shit. Hate those guys. Whenever they show up, I hate them. Always have. Not to say the stage is hard. It's really not. Which is good, unless you're an idiot, and that happens to you. But, there we go. Not hard. I have been doing fairly well for myself in while I've been testing or test recording, but expect mistakes, expect fuck-ups, expect all the things that happen, all the wonderful problems you run into when you're recording a game that you're supposedly good at. And I'm not terrible at this game. I'm not the best. I'll say that right now. Like, if you're talking about Mega Man X4, we'll talk about Mega Man X4. But the original Mega Man X... yeah, I'm not quite as pro at this game as I could be at X4. That is assuming I'm pro at all. Hi, Boba Fett. Boba Fett joke, Star Wars joke, etc. And we're walking. So, why am I not bothering to fight this guy? Well, it's because he can't. You can't beat him. You're supposed to lose. So I did. You worthless piece of scrap metal. Did you think you could defeat me? No, but he can. I guess I'm not powerful enough to defeat him. X, you shouldn't expect to defeat him. He's designed to be a war machine. I do a terrible Mark Gatha and an even worse Lucas Gilbertson. I'm just warning you right now. Remember, you have not reached full power yet. If you use all the abilities you were designed with, you should be... Yeah. This isn't Rise the Red Shirt. I'm not editing out flubs. If you use all the abilities you were designed... Okay. That's just the text fucking me up. If you use all the abilities you were designed with, you should become stronger. You may even become as powerful as I am. I'll scout ahead and collect as much information on Sigma's fortress as I can. I'll meet up with you when you get there. See you later. X, I know you can do it. So, Mark Gatha voiced Domon Kashu in G Gundam, which is why you have that whole shining finger thing going on in Maverick Hunter X. Lucas Gilbertson voiced Zero in X8 as well as Maverick Hunter X. And whenever I hear, ever since X8 and Maverick Hunter X, whenever I hear X and Zero talking, I'm here in my head. You know, whenever I'm reading their dialogue in my head, I'm hearing it in Mark Gatha and Lucas Gilbertson's voices because I think they did an awesome job. And it really sucks that the Maverick Hunter X series did not do as well as it really should have, because I think it would have been badass to have Mark Gatha and Lucas Gilbertson voicing X and Zero through updated versions of all the original games. I think that would have been awesome. And there's a YouTube video where Mark Gatha dubbed over Zero's infamously Narmy scene with Iris from X4, and he actually made it crazy awesome. He made it really awesome and almost a little scary, you know? It was great. I think I'll link that in the description so you guys can watch it, because it's late, can you tell? Lucas Gilbertson did a badass job. But so I don't tend to go in a weakness order. I kind of go my own way, and that way usually begins where a lot of people begin, because the armor piece in this stage is so it's impossible to not get, and it's so useful. And that's Chill Penguin. Chill Penguin stage isn't particularly hard. If it's your first time through, this stage can give you some trouble. I hate these fuckers. I hate them! You die! All you die. Everybody dies. Okay, run. Yeah, I don't need that one. Give me life. I need it. So, case in point, I've played this stage maybe a dozen times the last couple of days, and I just stunk up the place pretty badly there. You can farm, up there is a pretty good place to farm for sub-tank energy, just for later. Unlike later games in the series, you could get up to 4 sub-tanks, and believe me, you needed them. Because X1 through X3, pretty hard compared to X4. X4 is actually one of the easier ones. Yeah. Kind of knew you were coming. X4 is probably the easiest. With the exception of fucking Storm-L's armor capsule. Jesus. So you've come. X, I gave you the ability to choose your own path in life. And I hoped the world would allow you to choose a peaceful one. But now it seems that you are destined to fight. Because I thought the world might need a new champion. I have hidden capsules like this one. And really dickish places, too. Thanks, Dr. Light. If you find and use them, you will be able to increase your powers beyond anything the world has ever known. Step into this capsule and receive an acceleration system to boost your speed. Good luck, X. So I'm also trying to do a decent enough impression of Dr. Light from Maverick Hunter X, as well as Mega Man Powered Up. So here we get the dash parts. This is the first introduction of them in this series, of course, and they're awesome, but no air dash. No. Hate these flying fuckers. Yeah, Dr. Light's voice kind of takes a toll on me right now because I burned the back of my throat, which is something else I talked about in the vlog, that if you haven't watched it, why not? It's explaining where I've been. Go watch. Really, I just haven't been up to commentary in a while because of trying to fix Deus Ex while trying to fix Resident Evil 4 and then burning the back of my goddamn throat. There is a heart piece that way. Unfortunately, we cannot get it right now because we don't have Flame Mammoth's flamethrower. Once we have the flamethrower, shit will be easier. What are you doing, Alchemist? What are you doing? Oh. That's where he was. I was expecting somebody else to roll a snowball, which is why I was kind of... Oh, thank you. Which is why I was kind of, standing back. Because I knew one was coming. No, you don't. No, you don't. Chill Penguin stage isn't that hard. Alpier's curse and all that. Chill Penguin himself isn't particularly hard. In fact, I never use his weakness. Whoa! I'm already doing worse than just about every test run I've made of this. So, Chill Penguin is not very hard. Really, you can just pellet him to death, which is what I always do. I don't even waste special weapons energy, especially because the flamethrower weapon is just so useful in getting through stages. That I don't feel like wasting it on Chill Penguin. I don't feel like he's worth wasting the flamethrower on, because he's such an easy mark. And I know I started this fight pretty shit, but, really, this is all you need to do, is you just hug the wall, and you pellet him to death. And it's less risky than, hitting him with the flamethrower weapon. And, you can shoot him out of the air whenever he goes for that hook. Like that. Or whenever he tries to, like, lunge at you, which he will sometimes. Not very terribly often, but he will. That was dumb of me. It's all coming apart now that I'm recording. Every flawless run I've made of this asshole is ruined because I'm stinking up the place now. Yeah. But this guy's pretty easy. You can pellet him to death. Get the fuck back. Get the fuck back. See what I mean? That's what I was talking about when he said that he will occasionally lunge at you. And he's dead. Super easy. I made it look a little bit harder than he really is, and that's saying something, because he's not hard at all. I take full responsibility for screwing up the beginning of that fight. I'm used to hugging the left side, so I had to kind of reorient myself really quick to hug the right side. I kind of messed up the beginning. And, but that's it. You get Shotgun Ice, which is useful against a few bosses because it will rebound off of walls. And that's something I like about this game, is that something may not be their weakness, but it may be effective against them even still. Like, I like using Shotgun Ice against Armored Armadillo. I love using Shotgun Ice against Boomer Quanger. I love using Shotgun Ice against Launch Octopus. It's especially effective against Launch Octopus, because if you've got Boomer Quanger's weapon first, it will destroy his missiles before they reach you. Storm Tornado works just the same, but Storm Tornado works against everything. Speaking of which, Storm Eagle.